What if I told you that the air that you're breathing right now contains enough moisture to give you pure, drinkable water? No pipes, no filtration systems, and no reliance on municipal water systems at all. That's not science fiction. This is atmospheric water generation. And today, I'll be reviewing the machine that does it best at scale. This is the Altitude Water T100. My name is Luke. Today, we're going to be breaking down the tech, the science, and everything you need to know about this product. Let's get into it. Before we talk about the T100 specifically, let's talk about what atmospheric water generation is in the first place. Because once you learn about this, you're not going to be able to look at water the same. Atmospheric water generation, or AWG for short, works by pulling moisture out of the ambient air around us. The air we breathe contains water vapor. Even in drier climates, AWG systems extract all of the moisture out of the air, filter it, mineralize it, and then oxygenate it for the best tasting water you can ever have. Here's the basic process. The machine draws in air through an intake. That air passes over a cooling coil, kind of similar to how a dehumidifier works. This drops the temperature below the dew point. When that happens, the moisture in the air condenses around our coils and drips down into our collection tank. We take that water, we purify it, we mineralize it with calcium and potassium, and then we oxygenate it for taste. Now, Altitude Water takes it a step further and uses what we call an ozonation process. And that's a big deal. Ozone, which is O3, is actually one of the most powerful disinfectants ever. Almost 30 times stronger at disinfecting than chlorine. Ozone eliminates bacteria, viruses, and other contaminants that could be affecting your water quality, leaving no residue behind whatsoever. Ozone, O3, when it's done disinfecting the entire machine, reverts back to O2, which is just oxygen, leaving you with naturally oxygenated water. So what you're left with is water that's exceptionally clean. And that oxygenation process actually makes the water taste crisp. This isn't just water from air. This is purified, ozonated, oxygenated water from the atmosphere. So let's talk about the T100 specifically. The output speaks for itself. This machine is rated for up to 185 gallons of water that you can drink every single day. To put that in perspective, the average American uses anywhere from 80 to 100 gallons of water from drinking, cooking, showering, etc. This one machine can produce double that entirely from the moisture in the air. What separates this machine from other AWG systems is not just the output itself, but the actual quality of the water. Every gallon going through the T100 goes through the same exact rigorous purification standard. You're getting consistent, clean, ozonated water at scale. So I'd like to spend a little bit more time talking about our patented ozone purification process, because that's what really differentiates us from others. And a lot of people don't fully understand what that means. Ozone is O3, which is essentially 3 oxygen molecules bonded together, and the third is a radical. It's unstable, and that's what makes it so good at disinfecting. When ozone comes into contact with bacteria, viruses, contaminants, it oxidizes them, essentially breaking them down at the molecular level. This is a chemical-free disinfection process. No chlorine, no added chemicals whatsoever. After the ozone does its job, it reverts back to O2, which is just oxygen. So there's no residual byproduct ever. And what you're left with is water that's naturally oxygenated. And it tastes really good. Many people describe ozonated water as tasting incredibly clean and pure and almost crisp. And that's not marketing, that's just chemistry. This ozonation process leaves the water with a slightly higher dissolved oxygen content, which many users find to be way more hydrating and palatable than your municipal tap water or even bottled water. So who is the T100 actually for? I mean, this can't fit on your countertop, and it's not meant to be. Let me walk you through some of the ideal use cases. Commercial and offices. Any facility paying a water delivery service every month should be looking into this. Eliminate the recurring cost, the plastic waste, and the supply chain dependency entirely. Hospitality and hotels, especially in coastal or tropical climates, have both the humidity, conditions, and the volume demand to make the T100 an obvious fit. Guest water, kitchen use, ice machines, all covered. Emergency and military. We've already done a plethora of emergency disaster reliefs with our T100s on our disaster relief trailer. We went to Cameroon. We went to Lahaina after the fires. We went to North Carolina after Helene. and even for the military. It's genuinely valuable for disaster reliefs, military operations, or any facility that needs water independence. Remote farms, your personal compound. We have our preppers and remote people who are off grid. Anywhere where the infrastructure is unreliable, the T100 will take care of that for you. And even residential homes. High-end residential customers with large households or properties can run the T100 as a primary or supplementary water source. The common trend for these use cases is water independence. If you don't want to be reliant on the government for your water, check this out. All T100s come with an advanced controller with a capacitive 7-inch touchscreen. This screen reads the pressures and temperatures in real time. It also has time clocks for runtime of all of your systems, your air filters, your water filters, your pump, and your compressor. And it shows your complete history on a tank of water production, amperage, temperature, and humidity. So let's talk about how to actually get this machine running. Installation is pretty straightforward. The T100 needs a power connection, adequate airflow and ventilation, and a drain would be nice for the initial purge cycle. There's no plumbing hookup, and that's kind of the point. Once it's powered on, the machine runs its intake cycle, begins condensation, routes water through the filtration stack, and delivers purified water into the reservoir. The ozonation process runs automatically. There's no manual intervention needed. Maintenance is minimal. All you need is filter and mineralization replacements on a regular basis, depending on your usage, and monitoring the ozone system. And we provide a full support schedule with the shipment of every unit. So here's my honest take on the T100. Atmospheric water generation isn't really a niche product anymore. Water security is becoming a big conversation globally. And having a machine that can produce up to 185 gallons of pure, clean, drinkable, oxygenated water every single day is pretty valuable. Arguably priceless. Whether you're a business owner, a facility manager, or just someone who wants to be independent, the T100 deserves a serious consideration. If you want to learn more about this technology, I'll link Altitude Water down in the description below. You can shop there, learn. If you found this video informative or useful, drop a comment, leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. I'd love to hear your guys' questions or see what you guys want next. This is the future of water. Why would you want to be dependent on municipal sources or the government for your water? Our aquifers are contaminated. This is your last resort. Check us out, Altitude Water. Like I said, my name is Luke. This is Altitude Water, and thanks for watching.